Okay, my name is Francis Kamamungai, 28 years old.
Hi.
Could you please introduce yourself?
So my name is Ashley Simiyu and I'm 21 years.
Well, my journey with mental health started when I was actually a teenager, but I didn't understand what was going on with me. I was born in a family dynamic that I didn't notice had affected me, and I was very, very sad. So when I went off to England and I was in my last year of university, I became very, 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 very sad. And I lost a lot of weight. And my head was all over the place. And when I went to go see my lecturers and they referred me to the international student office, they told me that my mental health was not okay.
But who you were before you came to Japan?
I was really rigid. I was in a lot of pain. And I was going through so much at the time.
Wow. Before I felt kinda alone. I had a lot of self-hate, and that brought a lot of judgment. Judging myself, other people, comparison, and the before me was just ugly. According to me, it was just ugly. Yeah.
So I explained to them what I was going through, and they actually started crying. And I found that was so weird because I'm like, why are you crying? But now thinking about it, what I was going through was really sad. So I went to go see the psychiatrist on campus, and he diagnosed me with clinical depression and anxiety. And I was put on antidepressants. So I was on the medication, and then I was told to go see a therapist in school. And they asked me what was my aim, and I told them I want to graduate. I don't want to stay here. I want to graduate. I want to move on.
How did the world treat you at that time? Was it kind to you? Was it mean? Was it shaming you?
Well, I felt it wasn't kind. There was so much hate I felt. It made me also paranoid. It just felt like I felt abnormal, no lie. I felt abnormal. I felt like I'm not okay. I felt like I'm not meant to be here, So it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was dark. It was really dark. And I was afraid of the world. And I was afraid to go out there because all I knew was pain.
And when you were going through that, did you have any support around you?
No, I felt like I couldn't be able to reach out to someone because no one understood me. So the only way I could react was just, I used to get mad a lot and rant, mostly to my mom. So that wasn't beautiful. That's when I think I realized there was something wrong with me. Yeah.
To be honest, the antidepressant was really messing around with my emotions because I'm very expressive. And then what happened is that the therapy helped me. I graduated, and then I ended up going to study psychology for my master's. And my mental health got better. And then I worked in a mental health organization as a mental health support worker. So now I was actually in the field. And my supervisor and the company, they were so nice, so friendly, and my training, they taught me how to have a very good relationship with the people that I was working with. And during that time, I learned about how you can help them with independent living, help them organize their case files, including with the family. And I thought that was so unique. And with each client I was working with, I got to know their story, and I got to understand how to help them better. And then after that, I was also working as a befriender, so you work with people with dementia. And both the organizations were so friendly, and they really helped me do better and provide a better service. Then I came back home to Kenya. Now that I've graduated, I finished all my 3 degrees, I'm back home. And what happened is I started off working in Mathare. And Mathare, it was a very scary time at the beginning because I was actually seeing a lot of psychotic conditions. And I felt like they were in prison. It was really sad, but they're different wards. So I got to know these people. I got to understand how certain mental health conditions can dominate others. And then after that, I finished my practicum, did all the rotations, and then I realized that, oh wow, people are actually very, very fascinating, but I think our approach is not the best way.
And how was our society towards you?
When I was in the darkness, I viewed society as not helpful and as my captor. But now that I'm better and I'm healthy mentally, I view them as actors in a movie. Each person has a role to play, so good and bad, yes.
And were you stigmatized at that point in time?
Maybe I was, but I didn't know. I think the only way, the thing I did a lot was I used to isolate myself in the house. In that, my mom was like, get out of the house, go make friends. I'm like, there's no need to make friends. I don't want to, I don't want to interact with new people. And I think at that time I also had gained weight. I hated myself a lot. And I was just like, I'm not beautiful. No one will want to be friends with me. So there's no need to even try. So let me just lock myself in the house. So yeah.
And how was the world describing mental health to you when you were going through that period?
Negatively. Any issue with mental health issues, whatever it is, the names you're called, how people shame you, it's not a nice experience, yes. So, but I'm glad we're making changes, and I'm glad I've gotten to learn better ways of dealing with it and better ways of dealing with my brothers and sisters who are going through something.
You started your journey, you were a teenager, right?
Yeah, I was 19.
How is it being a teenager, having all those struggles?
It's not easy, because there's so much going on, especially as a girl. You have so many hormones and the emotions that come with it is just a lot. So I think as a teenager, people don't understand you. People are just like, it's just a phase, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that, and I think that's what society doesn't understand. Yeah.
How was the society, the culture, the social culture around you? How did it treat you when you were going through that as a girl?
They brushed it off, It's like, oh yeah, it's a stage, so eventually as you grow up, you're gonna be good. But what I learned before I met you, what I learned was there's so much accumulating in that it reaches a point where you just explode. And I think at that time it was my time to explode, and it wasn't pretty at all.
And I created different programs, and these programs are actually because of these people's stories. And these members have been so kind to allow me to work with them, especially knowing that a lot of people don't understand mental health. So what I did was I also helped them tell their story in a comfortable manner where they don't feel like I'm going to lock them up, And it was more like in a very discussive way. And that way, people opened up, people felt free. People shared their struggles, and it helped me create different interventions that will help. How can an African or a person from a cultured community who's not African, who has the system, the cultural system or hierarchy, how can I help them thrive with their mental health in that dynamic? How can I let them feel free? How can they build an identity knowing that, okay, I might be an Arab, I might be, I might be Indian, I might be African. How do I let that be? So, so here we are, and that's I think that's the story.
And now that you have a healthy relationship with yourself, how would you describe yourself after Jipende Wellness?
Healthy, more open, more outgoing. I'm meeting new people, I'm doing things for myself, and I'm more stand with my boundaries. The way I relate to people is healthier. I know how to keep myself safe without segregating myself from other people. So it's been a nice experience. I'm a champion. I feel so good because I view the world differently now and I walk like I belong.
Ooh, that was like fresh air or something. It's a really beautiful thing. I was really glad that I got this chance because I was able to realize and understand myself from you. And that's something no one has ever tried to do. And it was a blessing, I could say that. I'm a different person. I feel it every single day. I'm just free. I love myself a lot, more than I ever thought. And that has brought about positive vibes. I surround myself with people with positive vibes. At the same time, I share the positive vibes with other people. And I try as much as possible to also help other people, because I have friends out there who probably are going through the same things, and I try as much as possible to be there for them because I know how it is.
What can you tell other African men outside there who are probably suffering with a mental health condition or may not know they have it? What advice can you give them as a person who has overcome it but has also been in the darkness?
Okay, if you know you're not okay, seek help. There is no shame in it. The stronger you are as a man, the harder it is for you to ask for help, but there's no need for you to die strong. You can ask for help and people are more than willing to help you.
What I can tell them is, do not be afraid to seek help, and that it's okay to feel like that. It's okay to talk to someone, because people are scared of talking to people, because I don't know why, but I think it's your own personal thing. You're kind of scared of maybe this person will judge you or something. But what I learned is, or what I can tell them is, it's okay. It's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. Do not beat yourself up. Just go with the flow, and God has plans for you. Just be positive.